welcome back. I think you can just go to the next dungeon. When you do this, maybe? I think. Did I do it? Okay, cool. Yeah, I have a lot of weird notes this week. I know I always say that, but I went to Jimmy John's to get a sandwich on Sunday. And they have this, I don't know, I've been to Jimmy John's a couple times, but I've never seen, they have this sign in there that's like, it says food for thought. And it's like, I can read some of them. Like, okay, rule number 1, life is not fair, get used to it. Rule number 2, the world won't care about your self-esteem. The world will expect you to accomplish something before you feel good about yourself. You will not make $60,000 a year right out of high school. You won't be vice president with a car phone until you earn both. If you think your teacher is tough, wait till you get a boss. I just got a text about my doctor's appointment. Don't distract me. I could read through all those rules because they are really great and how much I hate them. They're all so terrible. I guess I wanted to kind of talk through why I hate stuff like that. That kind of like, I don't know, this sounds bad to say, but like boomer wisdom or something. I just hate that outlook on life. It's so depressing to me. Like, first of all, I think the idea is like he's talking to a high school kid or something. Like, oh, this is food for thought for high school kids just graduating. Like, okay, why are you already so angry about this? Like, life is hard, get used to it. Who are you yelling at? The 17-year-old kid who just graduated high school and is just starting their life? The most absurd line to me was and I kind of laughed when I read it, was I'm gonna save. I forgot to save and I'm gonna save. The car phone line. I guess this is kind of old. Because, like, it's so true that, like, that's why you're killing yourself. That's why you're going to these jobs that suck and, like, your boss sucks and your life sucks. For a car phone? That's the meaning of life? That's why you're killing yourself your whole life, working at a job you hate with people you hate, to get a car phone in a corner office or something? That sounds so stupid. This life is so dumb. And if I'm a smart 17-year-old kid, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to kill myself. I don't want to do this. So that's not a good advice to give to a kid. Like, why? If you think about it, it's why? What's the point of doing any of this? It doesn't make sense. Why is that your outlook of life? It's just like kind of, you're old and miserable and you want to yell at somebody because your life's miserable, and you see other people and they're not getting everything out of life that they want. So you're like, oh, just shut up because life is hard and you're stupid and you should know that because you're 17 and you should know that already. What? Just because life sucks for you doesn't mean I have to accept that as a 17-year-old kid. I don't have to accept that life is hard, get used to it. No. That's not... I don't have to accept that. Tell me, if you're going to give me advice, tell me the reason why I'm doing this. The only thing it says in there is to get a car phone. Life is hard so that you can get a car phone. That's his outlook on life. Like, you want a car phone so bad and you want to be a CEO so bad, life's going to suck and your boss is going to suck. You think your teacher sucks. No, I don't think my teacher sucks. Why are you assuming all these things about me? I hate that guy. So, that energy of just, makes me want to barf. And it's like, so you're giving me all this advice so I can be what, like you, and have your amazing outlook on life. You kind of seem like you suck. I don't want to be like you. So your advice is to help me to get me to be more like you? I don't want that. So, yeah, okay, I'm not going to listen to you, obviously. So, but why does Jimmy John's have that up in their freaking... so weird. You want me to read the other ones? Because they are so... There's like 10 or 15, I forget. They're all so terrible and amazingly horrible. I love them. I love how terrible they are. Okay, open up, open up, open up. That guy, I don't know. I don't feel like anybody my age really resonates with that kind of advice. It's such a weirdly boomerish type outlook. Like, oh, life sucks, so you gotta work for your car phone. That's not how life works, anyway. Like, you could work hard your whole life and never get a car phone. The people who worked at the manufacturing place that I used to work at, they worked on these spinning machines every day, 8 hours a day. They would just stand on the machine. They were working harder than I work now, for sure. Sitting in my house on my desk with my computer, and I got my blanket on. I'm so comfortable, and I'm making more money now than they make. Why is that fair? Because I went to college. They could have went to college too. They don't. What are they gonna? They got kids. They gotta pay for stuff. They can't go to college. I guess that whole idea of like everything is totally, capitalism is amazing and meritocracy is totally happening. It's not how it works. Obviously, it's not how it works. I'm not bad-mouthing capitalism. I don't bad-mouth it as much as like Hasanabi. I watch that guy still. But not everything is good. Bad stuff is bad sometimes. Capitalism's bad. It's weird how the argument's always like, oh, capitalism's perfect, or it's terrible and we need to get rid of it. Of course, there's a nuance, of course. And I gotta stop watching those videos, because it's always just like the most extreme. That guy, Ben Shapiro, will say like, oh, capitalism is the best thing ever, and it's because of capitalism that we have everything. And it's like, oh, it's kind of true, but shouldn't we also be like trying to be better? Are you just advocating for just... I guess that's what conservatism is. It's just status quo. I don't want to change anything. But in order for you to say that, you kind of have to say that everything is perfect right now, and or either you have to say like, oh, everything's perfect, or that you're afraid to change things, which I can understand that. I wish they would just say that, like, I'm afraid to change things because it could go terribly wrong. I think that's kind of the core of conservatism, is, I don't know, that sounds bad to say, because there are normal conservative people, but just like the core of it is just kind of a fear of change, I think. Which is okay, like, we need those people in our society. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, it's good that not everybody in the world is like, oh, let's change everything all the time, and... But maybe, yeah, I don't know. It is a very, like, politically, that stupid food for thought thing. Just Kind of reminds me of political stuff, so that's why I was talking about that, I guess. What was it? God, life is hard. Get used to it. How about Mr. Jimmy John? You know what? Those sandwiches weren't that good. Jersey Mike's makes better sandwiches, so how about you make better sandwiches and stop worrying about telling 17-year-old kids how to live their life. Your sandwiches are bad. That bread wasn't good. I mean, it was a fine sandwich, but Jersey Mike's is better, and they don't have signs like that, so... Have you spent more time on your sandwiches and less time ranting about 17-year-old kids complaining that life is hard? These people are so... They're so wounded by life. Something happened to them where they're like... They hear all these kids complaining and they're like, oh, I gotta fight against this. Like, no. No, you don't. You're not the hero here for yelling at a 17-year-old kid who just wants more out of life than what they're getting. Why do you think that that's a healthy thing to be doing? What do I do here? This is too hard. I'm giving up. Life was too hard. I understand. I guess I understand like where they're coming from, but I don't think it's good advice. I don't think it's helpful advice. To just like yell at a kid and be like, life is hard, get used to it. Life is hard, but don't get used to it. You never have to be used to it. I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out too, but like you have to figure out how to live. You've been given a life. What do you do with it? Let's read the other things. Because, that's kind of interesting. Like, life is not fair. It's not fair. I agree with that. Get used to it. Exclamation point. Okay, no. That's not okay to say to a 17-year-old. Is this it? 18 things. 18 things? 18. Oh, no, that's not it. Where's the other ones? Okay, there's 11 rules. I just love how terrible these are. Okay. Like, this is the exact opposite of how I feel about life. I guess that's why it kind of resonated with me. Like, and I wanted to talk about it, because... Okay, life's not fair, get used to it. The world won't care about your self-esteem. The world will expect you to accomplish something before you feel good about yourself. It's a little fuzzy. You will not make $60,000 a year right out of high school. I can't read this one, it's too fuzzy. Okay, this one's good. Perfect. Maybe? I can't see it. Jimmy John, I want to yell at you. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Rule number... come on. Rule number 5. Flipping burgers is not beneath your dignity. Your grandparents had a different word for burger flipping. They called it opportunity. Oh, gross. If you mess up, it's not your parents' fault, so don't whine about your mistakes. Learn from them. Before you were born, your parents weren't as boring as they are now. They got that way from paying your bills, cleaning your clothes, and listening to you talk about how cool you are. So before you save the rainforest from the parasites of your parents' generation, try delousing the closet in your own room. Oh God, there's a lot to unpack there. Maybe I should spend another day. This guy's got some real problems, man. Your school may have done away with winners and losers, but life has not. In some schools, they have abolished failing grades, and they'll give you as many times as you want to get the right answer. This doesn't bear the slightest resemblance of anything in real life. I love how much I hate this. Oh my God. I can't believe they hang this up in Jimmy John's. This is so weird. Life is not divided into semesters. You don't get summers off, and very few employers... Oh, I just got to add... Okay, very few employers are interested in helping you find yourself. Do that on your own time. I guess I kind of agree with that, but just like that arrogant tone is so condescending. Television is not real life. I can't read that one. This is amazing. Okay, the last one is be nice to nerds. Chances are you'll end up working for one. Why does he have to take, like, be nice to nerds? Okay, that's a good advice. Be nice to people. But then he has to turn into, like, chances are you'll end up working for him one day. Shut up, I hate you. Why are you so terrible? Why are you like this? What happened to you? I can't read rule number 10. I want to read. I love how much these are so horrible. Where's rule number 10? I can't read it. This is it for today. This will be the last thing. I want to read rule number 10. Come on, please, please, please. I love this so much. This is my favorite thing. Rule number 10. Rule number 10. Rule number 10. Oh, this one. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Television is not real life. In real life, people actually have to leave the coffee shop and go to jobs. Is that a Friends reference? That's so stupid. This guy just hates Friends. This guy he has 11 rules for life to give. Like, okay, I'm gonna spend time. I spend so much time talking about this. I have 11 rules. Like, okay, you're graduating high school. These are the 11 most important things that you need to know. One of them is that Friends is stupid. How about, like, give money to poor people or treat others how you want to be treated, or no. Friends is dumb. Like, share your knowledge with the world and work hard so that you can make other people's lives better. No, life is hard. You're stupid. Get used to it. I hate that guy. I don't even know who it is, but... Ugh. Okay, bye. See ya.